Hi everyone, let's solve the next question in the SQL 50 series, which is average selling price. In this question, we have a table called prices, where we have the product ID, the start and end date, and the price. So it basically tells us for a duration of some days what was the price of a particular product. The next table is units sold, where we have the product ID, the purchase date, and the units. What we have to do is find the average selling price for each product. So basically, the product price keeps changing over some time. So what we'll have to do is we'll have to check the purchase date, and if it lies between a certain period, we'll check that price, and that price into number of units sold will give us the price for the total price for which the product was sold. Okay, and finally we have to print the average price of each product. So let's start writing the query. So my tables are prices, and my second table is units sold, and my join condition is p dot product id should be equal to u dot product id, and my second condition is that my purchase date should be between the start date and end date. All right, so these are my two conditions. So in the select statement, I'll have my product ID, and then I'll have to find the total price, the average price of each products. We'll have to find out the price into the units sold. So this will give us the price, like total price including all the units for each particular date, and if we divide it by the number of units sold, this will give me the average selling price of each product. Now this will be an integer and this will be an integer. Integer divided by integer would give me an integer, but I need to be it in decimal, so I will cast my numerator as decimal. Okay, and my final result should be rounded up to 2 decimal places, and I have to output it as average selling price. Okay, and I can return the result table in any order. So as I have used an aggregate function over here, so my group by statement will be group by product id, and over here it should be p dot product id price into units. Yeah, let's run it and see if we are getting expected results. Okay, I did not mention cast this as decimal. I did comma as decimal, it should be as decimal. Okay, so our solution has been accepted. Now let's submit and check if all the test cases have passed. One test case is failing. Okay, that is because my output for a particular row is null, whereas it should be 0. So I guess there was a product for which no units were sold. So yeah, that's why the average selling price should be 0. So let me simply do a coalesce over here. Now let's submit it. Yeah, so now all my test cases have passed.